Oh, hey Liz.
Hello.
All right.
Uh,
So, everybody, we are going to address some of the most common questions that we get from all of you. Actually, some of you have probably already asked us this question, and maybe we answered it. Maybe we said wait till this call because we're going to probably kibosh everything that you have a hesitation on, an objection towards, or a question on. So, so Linz, I want to ask you first because
yes.
and guys, this is how we're going to do this. I'm going to ask Lindsay some questions that you have, and I want to hear how she has to answer it. And then, because this is truly what we do all the time, is we're having conversations with people about the things that they want to know. So, Linz, I want to know how in the world are you building an online business centered around health and fitness during a pandemic and with kiddos who now first of all, you had to teach them from home for probably a year and have to manage that. And then now you're back in the car, taxi cab mom. So how do you manage this and your time?
Um, Lots of caffeine and um, uh, a lot of craziness, a lot of energized. Yeah. It was probably the hardest during the height of the pandemic because they were home and I was kind of homeschooling. I don't know how real homeschooling parents do it. I commend you. But they were home all the time, two different schools, two different grades, one that was self-motivated, one that was not self-motivated at all. So I spent a lot of time at this dining room table trying to do my own work along with helping him calm down to learn. So I had to be really intentional with my time. Listen, there were days where I was literally going to check myself into our mental institution. I said, I'm going to book a room because I'm not sure how I'm going to get through this day. But I just really ended up having to make a plan. I knew that I had to get up at a certain time. I knew that I had pockets of time to fit my work into. It was very different than it is now. But we made it work and I had a really great community to help me with that. So I stayed up a little bit later. I didn't necessarily get up earlier at that time. Now with the kids back in school, I've completely changed my morning routine. I'm a self-proclaimed night owl. I bartended for 22 years, getting home at 3:30 in the morning, and loving to sleep all day. But now I get up at 5:30 in the morning. I get my workout done. I'm showered by the time it's like 8:30 and I sit down. The kids are in school and I sit down and I work. Um, and I do as much as I can before I have to, like you said, be the mommy taxi and run around to get the kids and all the things. So I really am intentional. I sit down while they're in school because I don't want to be on my phone all day long. Like my goal is to be present with my kids, be present with my husband when he's home, and not be on my phone the entire time. So I make it work. I call it my school time hustle. It's while they're in school.
Yeah, and you
Um,
have the freedom and the ability to do that when you are intentional and create those blocks of time.
mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah. And I mean, not every day goes perfectly. Not every day goes as planned. So there are nights that I stay up a little bit later. Um, but I do it because I want to and I can, which is really, really nice.
Right.
So on the flip side of that, because I'm not a like a 9 to 5 girl, I never have been. That's not my jam. What would you say, Shannon, to women who are in professional careers but may not be like might be making a great income but not really being fulfilled in that career?
Oh, well, I could tell you that's exactly why I started. As a career woman, actually, I'll back up for a second because previous to me joining corporate America, I worked in the hospital system. And that was truly, the 9 to 5. Don't call me. I remember telling my kids, you can't call me at work unless it's an emergency. You
Mhm.
can't, or I couldn't leave work to go do the things that I wanted to do with them unless I took time off, which was really, really frowned upon. In healthcare, you don't leave. And now it's kind of like people are so overworked now that it's even frowned to take time off for yourself. And it's a shame because, you know, people who are on the front line, they are doing something so purposeful, but they are so incredibly drained right now. And so it's so imperative to take care of yourself. But I got to a point in my career where I physically couldn't do it anymore. So I really needed to think about my skills and what could I do. And I felt extremely limited. And so I joined corporate America, and in the fields, the medical fields in which I was in, kind of looking again to do what I knew, but to feel fulfilled again. And so I was chasing, let's put it this way, I think I was chasing titles. And when I got that new job, what one thing that did help me was maybe I was able to make my own schedule because it wasn't a 9 to 5, like even you were describing, like going to the hospital. However, I was now able to show up in the lives of my kids in different ways. However, I used to be gone all the time. And what was removed from my life was involvement in the community. So that was the fulfillment that I was looking for. And that's what I found with this. I immediately was able to connect with women, which I used to rather hang out with the guys anyway. And I finally have this group of women who I think are kind of like the same. They're kind of like assertive. And I mean, I've been told that whoa, you're kind of intense. And I'm like, well, I kind of like who I am. So maybe I'm looking for other intense women who want to achieve, living their best life. But I guess it's that I would say to women who have a career is, you really got to love doing something for yourself. And once you start doing something for yourself, that energy that you have, knowing that you've given yourself that time, is contagious.
Mhm.
And when other people start asking you about what it is that you're doing or why are you always in such a good mood, you are just excited to share it with them. And I would say, don't be afraid of putting yourself out there to do something for yourself that's going to make you show up in your life better. And like you mentioned, Lindsay, I had to use pockets of time myself, pockets of time to, you know, in an airport. It's my lunch break
Mhm.
right now. And I'm having this conversation with you. And this is just a pocket of time because I've already had 3 hours of meetings this morning. And it's one of the most exciting parts of my day. So when
It's my face, really.
when you
It's
when you
me.
enjoy doing something,
Yeah.
it's not work.
Yeah.
So for a career person just trying to chase titles, and no matter how much money you make in the world, it's not the money that makes you happy. It is the community in which that we have, and how you have something to give someone that will change their lives. So,
Totally. We're pretty lucky.
oh, we so are. So I have a question that I get asked all the time, and yeah, and we know that we have systems and roadmaps to share with people. But the question is how do you find your clients? And are they just given to you, or do you have to start reaching out to your family and friends? Like, what's like, are they just given to you, or do you go find them? How do you do that?
Um, okay. So it's a little bit of both. Um, we have this incredible company, obviously, that we partner with. And, there's infomercials, there's commercials on TV and radio. My daughter tells me all the time, she's like, Mommy, I heard another commercial today, which I think is really cute. So there's a couple ways that we get clients. And the first one is they are given to us. Um, there's a few things that we have to do in order to make that happen. And we'll talk about that at another time. But if you like, let's say you are up late and you see an infomercial and you're like, oh, that looks so badass, I want to do it. You call that number or you get online and you order. Then we are lucky enough to be assigned, like you will get a coach assigned to you, and it might just be one of us. So we are given clients, but my favorite way to find new clients is to reach out personally. And this is something that we've learned. It's not something I knew how to do right away. It wasn't something I was comfortable with right away. But once I kind of found, through all of this, who I am, which I have, found who I want to work with. So it's been really cool to like be able to explore Instagram and explore Facebook and find people that I'm like, I think I could be your friend. And like Shannon was saying earlier, I had a hard time making girlfriends. Like it was not, I was like, it was really easy for me to make friends with the guys, but it was not easy for me to make friends with the girls. And now, I find them because of our common interests. I find them because maybe it's another mom who struggles with, anxiety or whatever it is, or that loves to travel. Like we were just in Sedona. So I was able to find a lot of other women who loved Sedona, and they would give suggestions on things to do and what to see. And so both. We find people that we resonate with, we become friends with them, which is really cool. And we are also given them by the company. So it's kind of the best of both worlds.
Yeah, it absolutely is. And if anybody doesn't know this, Lindsay and I were complete strangers, and it was through someone else that we both met. And now I would just say that she's one of my favorite, not just business partners, but definitely friends to travel with. We know each other's families, we celebrate each other's. It was her son's birthday, and it was awesome. I mean, and well, you feel that.
Yeah.
You love doing it. So
Yeah. And Shannon is now invited. I mean, I've been to her house. I've gotten into bed with Shannon, like we've danced in her living room while drinking martinis. Like it's more of, it's a beautiful friendship that's evolved, and I'm super grateful. Super grateful.
Don't make me cry.
Oh,
We won't turn the floodgates on. We don't want to get too sappy on everybody here, because we also like to work.
We do. Okay, so along these same lines, Shannon, because we hear this all the time, do I have to sell to friends and family because I don't want to be that salesy person? What would you say to somebody?
Well, first of all, I have no problem sharing this with people that I love. That's number one. Because my life had changed probably within the first couple weeks, 3 weeks. I was told previously that I should never run. I may be in a wheelchair one day. And that's a story I will tell you on another day. And I'm not all of those things. My life has changed because I took a chance on saying yes to doing something for myself. And as soon as I felt incredible, I could not shut up about it. So yes, I did reach out to my friends and family to let them all know, because I looked at it as, hey, if I was to open up an Italian restaurant or a cupcake shop, I'd open up the doors and I'd tell all of my friends and family, and they'd all come. Right? So yeah, I did do that. Now, did they all support my business? Most of them just cheered me on. Most of them were just like, good for you. That's awesome. Oh my gosh.
Well, because you weren't being salesy.
Right.
You weren't being salesy. You were literally like saying, look at what's happening to me.
Yeah. They were very supportive, very much, you are an inspiration, telling me all these things and watching, my journey. And I didn't pressure them at all, but many of them did. And throughout the years now, I'm coaching 7 years, they still come to me. My mom just reached out to me the other day and she goes, "Can you show me how to reorder my collagen?" And so, it's just, they just know where to come. And so, no, you don't have to sell to your friends and family, but people need to know what you're doing. And we share our stories authentically, we share them publicly. You know, what's the word?
I think you were saying it authentically.
Authentically,
Yeah.
unapologetically. We just put ourselves out there fearlessly, because we know how important it is and how good we feel, and we just want other people to feel the same way. So when you do that in that way, you're not selling anything, despite the fact that we have a product and a solution that could probably change of somebody's life. You know, everybody has a solution to be solved, and this opportunity can tap into somebody's life in many different ways, whether it's mentally, emotionally, physically. A lot of times people look at our company and they just think fitness,
Mhm.
but they're missing out on the whole emotional, mental community and financial piece that can really, really, really change somebody's lives. And if that's something that somebody wants to do, I'm here, and they need to know that.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And I think too, if you feel like you're being salesy, it's
Hmm.
because you haven't tapped into your journey. You're not living your journey. You're not doing all of the things, because there's no way that you can take care of yourself every single day and feel as good as you're supposed to feel
Yeah.
and not want to tell somebody else about it. There's no way.
This is a common question I get all the time, Lindsay. So I'm going to ask this one to you then, because you're just like segueing right into it. Do I have to do the workouts, follow the nutrition, drink the shakes and the energize? Do I have to do all that?
My question back would be, why would you not? So, just like when I started this 6 years ago, it was because I wanted to be happy. And I reached out to my friend and I said, "How are you so happy? I want what you have." And she's like, "I'm working out." I'm like, "No, no, no. Like, no, that's not what I want." So I will be the first to tell you that I did not want to work out. 6 years later, I still kind of don't. Like, workout's not my jam. But what it does for me mentally is like game changer. So my question to you is, like I said, why would you not? But why would you want to build a business that is health and fitness related and not do all of the things? The workouts are much more than just strengthening your body. It takes a mental, like, you have to be in the right mindset to be able to get through it. Like, your body's not going to do what your head's not going to tell you. Did that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. When I first started, I couldn't jump. I
Yeah.
was marching in place. So
Yeah.
it took it took patience to say you don't have to do what they're doing. You could do it your
Yet.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's more than just a workout. It's more than just losing weight. You're strengthening your mind as well as your body. So do you have to do the workouts? Yeah. You got to do the workouts. Do you have to stick with the nutrition? Well, yeah. Don't you want to feel good? Like, fueling your body properly is going to make you feel really good. I ate a crap load of cake and pizza yesterday, and let me tell you something, I did not feel good today. Um,
So you
it was,
mean you don't have to be perfect. You can live your life and do all those other things.
yes, yes, I'm all about balance. You have to be happy. You have to live your life. I don't think either of us will ever tell you to give up everything, because that's just like, we want to be happy and live
Yeah.
healthy lives, but also happy lives. Um, so following the nutrition, again, it makes you feel good. Drinking the shake, I mean, we get such crappy food, and we don't get to fill all of our nutritional needs. So again, it would be kind of silly to come into something like this and only do it half-assed. Like, if you only do it half-assed, you're only going to get half-assed results physically, you're going to get half-assed results mentally. And if you want to grow a business, people need to trust you, right? But they need to know that you're not just going to tell them to do something, like, you're going to tell them to do something because you're doing it too.
Yeah.
So yes,
And
yes, you do.
I remember one of the first books, you probably read this book first on your journey as well, was The Compound Effect. And
Hmm.
the compound effect taught us through consistent habits over time, oh, either positive or negative impact can occur. And so why not take those healthy habits in your personal life and have a positive impact, and then apply those same exact positive consistent habits into your business and get positive results as well,
Right. And
right?
you don't have to love it. And I'm very open about this. Like, you don't have to love working out.
But there's
But what you
something. There's
but what you
something
will,
for
yes, what you
everyone.
will fall in love with is the way you feel afterwards. So I know that when I start my day with me at 5:30 in the morning,
Yeah.
I am definitely a nicer, more patient mother. Like 100%. My kids thank me. They know when I don't work out, they'll say something. And Sawyer, my son, goes, "Mommy, did you take your workout today?" He always says, "Take your workout." And if I say no, he'll kind of look at me like, I know. So
He called you out.
yeah, it's just it's hysterical.
You know, you mentioned
Um,
the fact that you don't have to like it, but there is something for everybody. There
mhm.
really, truly is. I mean, there's a yoga room, there's a meditation studio, there's
It's been
so
wonderful.
many things. There's a running program, we have a cycling program that's it's starting. Um, there's
It's
just
really overall health and wellness.
yeah, it's
It's
not
not
just
just
one
something
thing.
to help people, like I said, lose weight. It's really to strengthen your mind just as much as your body. And to me, that's more important,
Yeah.
because you can be physically strong, but if you're not right up here, you're just not happy. So there's definitely something for everybody.
Yeah, just like if you look a certain way doesn't mean that you're healthy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to shift gears, Shannon.
All right.
All
Uh-oh.
right.
What's this question?
All right. So we're gonna talk a little bit about money, because I know that you guys want to know about that. And it's also probably the second most common question we get, which um, is there an initial investment?
Yeah.
Yep.
I love this question. I do.
Yeah,
When
I do too.
somebody asks me this question, I just love it because my immediate response is it's purely an investment in you. And that may sound like foo-foo-ish, but it's true. Okay?
Mhm.
This company will pay you to invest in yourself and keep others motivated to invest in themselves as well, right? So, how much is that worth to you? There are other companies out there that ask you to pay hundreds and thousands of dollars to start up a business. If you were to start up a yoga studio, which I don't have a brick and mortar business, some of you may who are asking this question as well, but I don't. But I do know that you have to take out a business loan. Most people do to have that, and then you pay on that loan. And most businesses do not make money, immediately. Actually, it could take 5 or 7 years to do that. Now, I won't say that you will get rich quick doing this because this is not one of those things. This is something that does still take time to build, but you are investing in yourself, you're investing in your health, and I can't get over the fact that it's as low as $160. And that's maybe $5 a day. And if I were to think about if I was worth, am I worth $5 a day? Sure, I drive through the Starbucks line pretty much every single day. I'm worth more than $5 a day,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And so I look at it like that and I'm like, okay, well, I'm investing in myself. And then, so my next question is usually, well, it was my first question when I first got started. My question was, well, how do I pay for all this?
Hmm.
How do I make money doing this? And
Yep.
so, yeah, so it's merely an investment in you. And you pretty much will see your return on investment immediately if you do the things that we share with you. And that, again, that's another call that we will talk about later tomorrow. And so, yeah, I want to take care of myself, and the company recognizes that. And then,
Well, do you just want to kind of head into the next question then about, what can we expect to earn in the first month? Because
all
that
right.
is something that we
So,
hear a
so
lot.
this was exactly the question that I asked when I first signed up because I felt amazing. Because initially I thought I was just going to take care of myself, that I wasn't going to own a business. But as soon as I loved it within a couple of weeks, I said, okay, I want to do this. I need to share this with other people. And how do I pay for my supplements and put some extra cash in the bank? That's what I wanted to know initially. Then I got into my big dreams, but that was my first initial goal.
Yep.
And I'll never forget, my coach said, well, we have this thing called Success Club and blah, 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 blah. And, I didn't care what any of that meant. I just wanted to know how to pay for everything. So, but what I heard was help 5 people. And so I heard help 5 people, that'll pay for my supplements and put money in the bank. So I did that. And right off the bat, I had earned $200 plus a bonus of, like, I think it was $100 or
Yeah, I think
fifty
it's 100.
dollars, a
It's
hundred
100.
dollars.
Yeah.
Um, and then I earned a $50 bonus because I did it so quickly. Within the first month, I want to say my first month I earned $350. So, I mean, that's what I want to see people get their return investment
Hmm.
immediately. So that's what you can expect, okay? If you can do that in your first month, help 5 people, which I have a non-negotiable of helping 5 people every single month. That's just, I can help more than that, but not everybody wants to be helped.
And if you're
So,
sharing your journey authentically and kind of,
yeah,
which when I say authentically, it doesn't mean you're sharing only the like the raw moments. You're also sharing like today was tough, but I
yeah.
got through it and this is how I feel because I did it, like you're not selling anything. You're telling people how you're feeling.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, and so that's pretty much what you can expect in your first month, especially when you're coached on our team. We want you to see results. First of all, we want you to see results in how you feel and transforming, whether it's your mind or body, whatever it is. So we expect that of you. But we would expect that you would want to pay this forward as well, and so that you can see that return investment. And then from there, these consistent habits over time, again, over time, because this is not a get rich quick thing, okay, at all. You will work and you could call it, I like to call it redefining the hustle, because hustle sounds so like ew.
Yeah.
Um, it's no, you're enjoying this. You're taking something that you love and you're sharing it with other people, and your energy will start attracting those people, and you will consistently help those folks if it's something you truly love. You gotta love it. You gotta love it to do it. And that's the type of person, honestly, I think we're looking for, is that you want to try this because you want to love something. And if you love it, you will share it. You know
Yeah.
that you will tell people about it. You know that you will talk about it. And then that's when the transaction happens naturally.
Yep.
So
Yep. Totally.
that's what you can expect. Linz, I get this question all the time because we've been talking a lot about sharing, and then we talked about how we found people, and you know we engage a lot on social media. What if you're not very good on social media, number one? And what does good on social media mean? And
Mhm.
what if you're really not a techie person? Because I actually come to you a lot for help as well.
I think we kind of come to each other for very different things. So I was all three of those things. Not good at social media, definitely not tech savvy. And there was one other thing that you mentioned. So who is just off the bat? I mean, even people who that's their profession to, manage social media accounts, or, are techie people, they go to school for that. So we kind of do the same thing. We learn. Everything is Googleable. You'll hear that a lot on our team. And you just have to have fun with it. You have to be willing to learn. I'm like a constant learner. I ask questions, but I also go try to find things out for myself. So when I started, I had literally just deleted half of my Facebook friends because I was like, I don't need all these people. I don't know them, whatever. So I was like that girl that was like doing the cleaning out of the friends list. Um, and then I had to learn how to grow it again because of this business. And so I watched trainings, I Googled things, I asked Shannon and other leaders on our team. And as far as the tech thing goes, okay, when like you were in school and your teacher would come and like try to do the projector with like the video cassette and they couldn't figure it out, and we all laughed because we're like, how does she not know how to do this? That's me. So I go to my kids a lot. I'm like, Soph, come here. How do I do da 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 da? If you have kids in the house, ask them. Um, but also it's just learning. You just learn as you go. It's not something that you should be like, ooh, I don't have a big social media following, so I shouldn't do this, or I don't know how to make a reel, or I don't know how to do that. You learn. And you just have to be open and willing to learn. I was actually, your memories pop up on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Scrolling through yesterday to kind of see what's going on. Some of my very first Facebook posts were just like, your name is there. And I said, dot, dot, dot is going wherever. And I was like, what the hell was that? Like, am I talking in third person? What's happening? So it was just funny. I was like, I had no idea. Like, Facebook was still like brand new into college students. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. Point being, it's okay not to know. You will learn just like we do. We learn something new every single day. And it's actually really, really fun because the more you learn, the more you explore, the more you get to meet fantastic people. And then you feel all cool because you like know this new little trick that you get to share with everybody else. So we all just work together. You learn, and
And
you
ask
don't
your
have
kids.
to know it all. You don't have to know it all.
Yeah, actually, we knew nothing. We knew
No. And
nothing
it
about
changes every day anyway.
it. Does. And the other thing is gosh, how long, we don't even know how long social media will be around either.
Mm-hmm.
Until there's like something else. Hopefully, it is around. But social media is not the only way in which we grow our businesses either. And so, I love human interaction. I think most of us crave human interaction right now. And just sharing and getting together. Gosh, this weekend I got together with some coaches, and we, talked about the business and talked about, you know, we did a workout together, and just having again that community and that touch is so very important. So it's not to say that we only do things on social media either. We
Mm-hmm.
do a lot of things in person. And so if you're scared of social media, I'm not sure if this business is right for you then.
Yeah.
That is true.
But now scared and shy are two different things.
Scared and shy are completely two different things because
Yeah.
we all have dreams and we all have a projected vision of what we want our lives to look like. And we should not allow those fears or those things in our head, that voice, or that ego, right? That
Mm-hmm.
ego of, oh gosh, this is like, you know, below me. Because this is actually for everybody. There are tons of professionals on our team who see so much value in what we do, and it's just an honor to be able to share and mentor everybody. So,
Yeah.
but we know that it isn't for everybody, and we can't force people to do the things that we love to do. If you love them, then you'll do them.
Yep. Yep.
We're not necessarily looking to like force feed anybody either, because
Yeah.
that's not what mentorship is. So,
And
well,
if you guys like, if we feel, this has to be mutual. If we feel like you're a great fit for our team, then we're going to welcome you with open arms, and we're going to give you all the trainings and all of the tools and all of the things so you don't have to be overwhelmed. Like, we're going to give you all the things that we have already kind of been through and taken, and we're going to share them with you. And you have to feel like you're the right fit for us too,
and
or
we're
we're
going
the
to
right fit for you
empower
too.
you, and we're going to empower you to Google it, like
Yeah.
sometimes,
Yeah.
because, we might be busy. We might be driving in a car. Lynn's might be running after the dog, or
I do that a lot.
you didn't mention the dog earlier, so I had to bring up
Yeah. Yeah.
Potter.
Poor Tom.
Okay, guys. So I think it's really those are the most common questions that I get. Is there anything else that you hear often, Linz? Because
I'm sure that there is, but I'm sure that there is, and we can always answer those anytime. So feel free, anything in the comments. If you have questions that weren't answered, please put them in the comments. We will be checking here daily.
yes,
And so we'll answer them for you.
yeah, and we actually expect that. We expect you to go ahead and comment on the comments, even if you don't have any questions. We want to know um, what you're thinking right now. So please, this is kind of like the back and forth interview of, you know, is this team or what we do, is this right for you? So please make sure you put anything that's on your mind, any thoughts about this conversation that we've had about the most common questions. Ask the questions that you want to know so that we can go ahead and address them further. And because we can't wait to do that. We can't wait to do that. And we're so excited to be able to come to you live tomorrow. Again, we have 3 exciting things that we want to share with you. And yeah, that's it.
We're super freaking pumped for you guys. We're so excited.
All righty. We'll see ya. Take care.
Bye.